everyone. Welcome to day 25 of our video Every Day in April StreamYard Challenge. We're so very excited to be here. I'm Anna Larson, owner of Nomadabout, and this is Selena Conmackey, my business bestie and all around awesome lady. And we are here today to talk about Pinterest and, in fact, using Pinterest as a marketing tool in your small business and how it can work for you and kind of some best practices and just some basic information about it. Because I think a lot of people, if you're not using Pinterest, if you're on Pinterest as a user, but not as part of, if you're not utilizing it as part of your small business marketing, it can be a little bit daunting. Like, it's another thing I have to do.
But just the flip side, right? Okay, I'm spinning this for a minute. Like, if you are a user, that's fine. Maybe you're who I want to look at my stuff. So just know sometimes the things you're finding on there are from people like us trying to get our content out there to either sell the product, share our expertise about something, want you to watch a YouTube video. That's okay. It's okay if you're not a user of it.
Yeah.
In the sense of the way that me and Anna are users of it.
Yes. So I do want to tell you that on a personal note, Selena and I send our clients to Pinterest. In fact, we create joint Pinterest boards with our clients when we're looking for inspiration for their website designs. Yeah. When we want to know what inspires them, we tell them to go do some searching on Pinterest, and then we create a board based on what they come up with. Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you and your small business to be found on yet another amazing platform. So just so you know how powerful Pinterest is, I threw up I have a bunch of statistics. I just want to run through them very quickly. So the first one is that Pinterest is the 14th largest social network in the world with 459 million monthly active users. And
9 million.
I know. It's a ton. And in fact, this statistic comes from a March 2020 Hootsuite article that was written specifically about Pinterest. And we'll throw that in the comments for anyone who's interested in knowing a little bit more about it. So does this statistic, did you know close to 1 billion videos a day are watched on Pinterest? Billion, folks. That's like 1 billion. You almost have to put your finger up there when you say that number.
Yeah. I remember the day that Pinterest was like, they were all about showing the YouTube video organically within their platform. So you're not even having to leave it. So they can watch your YouTube video while still staying in Pinterest. Because we know that sometimes that's kind of like a negative. People are like, I don't want to watch it because I have to leave Pinterest. And then I go down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos. But Pinterest embraced YouTube. And so it is, put your YouTube videos there, people. It's so easy. So great. 1 billion videos are being watched.
I know. That's so many. No, 1 billion videos. All right. Our third stat that I'm going to toss up there. 85% of pinners say they use it to plan new projects. Now, I'm not talking about just your DIYers here. I am talking about business people, branding experts, website designers. Before they start something, 85% of people who are using Pinterest are on Pinterest looking for ideas. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be great if they found yours and then wanted to use it? And then all of that wonderful stuff happened. And let me tell you why that's amazing. Yeah. Because weekly conversions in 2020 on Pinterest grew by 300%. What that means is people weren't just looking at stuff and maybe adding it to their cart. They were actually going all the way through with those purchases or following through on whatever the call to action was on that pin. 300%. And can I just remind you, 459 million monthly active users. So imagine 300% with 459 million people.
I could almost imagine that number since the report is from last year.
No, it's from this year.
Oh, this year. Sorry. So
March 2021. Sorry.
No, you're good. That is, again, why wouldn't you want eyeballs on your stuff? And sometimes they come back multiple times because we all know sometimes people take a couple times to visit before they make the purchase. Anyway, like Anna said, people are planning. So, I mean, like you could be an OBM, right? An online business manager. Maybe they're looking for maybe you're a tax person and you have great tax advice and they're just, you know what I mean? Don't pigeonhole yourself into like, well, I have to be a maker. I have to paint a wall and that's all Pinterest is for. No, it's more than just that. It
Yes.
really is.
Pinterest really is able to help service industries as well as product industries.
Yeah.
And yes, it is also great for the DIYer. I can show you a few nailed it projects I've made myself off
Yes.
of Pinterest.
I have a
But
lot.
we're not going to go there today.
Don't worry, we're sharing a screen here in a moment. You'll see.
Yes.
There's some stuff. So go ahead, Anna. Let's
Yes.
go with lesson number 1 or
Yeah,
tip
so
number
Selena
1.
and I came up with 4 best practices,
Yeah.
and this is really kind of for the small business that maybe isn't currently super active on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But our best practice number 1 is make sure you create a business account. Do not use your personal account to conduct your business on. People are going to get confused. They're going to be like, who is this person?
Yeah.
Why are they pinning about strawberry shortcake over here? And then, but anyway, they get confused. And so you want to brand your Pinterest account just like you would any other social media platform.
Yep. And can I tell you another reason why you want to have a business account, Anna?
Yeah, tell me.
It comes with analytics. You want to know how your pin is doing. How far has it gone? How many people are pinning it? Did you get a viral pin? Did you even know? You know what I mean? And it's free.
We love that word, free. Small businesses in general love that word. And especially startups and entrepreneurs, right? Like if you can get some good feedback on what you're doing for free, this is a great opportunity to do it. All right. So our best practice number 2, be consistent with your content. Do not pin one thing in 2020 and then 4 things in 2021. Okay. So that's not going to get you anywhere. Your analytics are going to they're going to look bad. Right. They're not going to be exciting. They're not going to be happy and cheerful.
Yeah.
So be consistent it also doesn't mean you have to pin 40 times a day. It used to be that people were pinning 30 and 40 times a day. Better practices now are saying if your pins are, I'm going to jump to number 4. Sorry, I'm all over the place today, but practice 4. If your pins are fresh and relevant, that's more important than the quantity that you're putting on the board.
Right. And I just want to use a tool like, look, you don't have to go on there and go every single day and pin 10. I'm going to share a tool that I love to use, which is called Tailwind. And before I share my screen, let me go over to mine and Anna's Pinterest account that we haven't been in a little bit.
We're doing this live stream to remind ourselves of it's important.
Yeah. In fact, there was somebody that had shared, if you're in the MilSpouse creative group, I believe Joanna from Oh My Gosh Joe, or Oh My Job, and you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, Joanna has an amazing blog, and she also uses Tailwind to do her stuff. So anyway, she uses this. So I'm gonna share my screen, but this is Tailwind, and I love it. And they have some free versions, or they have whatever. So see how it's telling us, hey, Anna, your queue is empty.
We need to be more consistent in our pinning.
But you can easily fill up a grid. And so I'll go in one day and I'll fill up stuff. I'll fill up our podcast episodes. I'll fill out our YouTube episodes. I'll fill out other things. What I do like about here is it gives you suggestions. So you can add in the other parts of other people, because you're supposed to mix it up. It's not supposed to be 100% you. You know what I mean? Pinterest wants to know that you're also sharing others and lifting them up as well.
Yeah. And that is actually our best practice number 3. I'm just going to pop it up there.
Perfect.
About it right now. Include boards that show and share your interests, not just your business. Remember, just like social media posting, you don't always want to push the buy, or purchase my service. You need to mix it up so that people are interested and the content is interesting and it's fresh and it's relevant and they want to look at it. So show boards that include your interests and make sure you're pinning other people's content and not just your own. And that can create some really good collaborations.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm sharing this one. I love what Anna just said. This is actually off of my old mommy blog, that it's still alive, but I just need to give it some love. But when she talks about boards, all of these boards are stuff and content that I've pinned. And only right where it says my rambling thoughts, this is like where I house all my blog posts. So that's what boards are, is like-minded content, right? And then when you go back out, when we talk about collaborating or sharing with others, I was telling Anna, I was in a blogging community, and what we did is we would pin other people's content and we would share it. So it showed that you were, reading other people's stuff. So there is that. Maybe you look at having a board with fellow entrepreneurs, right? And say, hey, let's share content. Let's have a board. One of the things I did share with Anna is one of my clients' accounts is they're a restaurant, but they have wedding coordinators. And so we actually created a wedding board with all of their wedding vendors that they use when their newlyweds are about to get married. And so they share that as part of their workflow with their clients.
Yeah.
And we have a Pinterest board because we all know brides love to go onto Pinterest and find inspiring things, right? So we've got their floral vendors, their linen vendors, the photographers, videographers, anything you name it, we put their vendor thing into a special group that they could collaborate and add in their own content. So just think about, there's a lot of different things you can definitely do.
There definitely is. Yeah. So if you're a newbie on Pinterest, before we close out, I just want to share with you this right here. This is Pinterest Business. If you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing, Pinterest Business is a really great place to just get the basics. And right here, they talk about standard pins. They say pick a vertical image, make it high quality. They even tell you the aspect ratio and the pixel counts. Make your brand the focal point, include your logo, add a text overlay, optimize your pin copy, and check your links. And it gives you more information with each of these drop downs. And something like this can help you start out slowly. And then before you know it, you're going to become an expert, or you can use something like Selena was showing, Tailwind, which is like a planning board, where you can plan out your pins for weeks and weeks in advance, which is awesome. So if you're
I'm so sorry. We did. Okay. Last thing. I have my client and we added, if you have a website, I want you to use the Pinterest Pin It plugin or whatever it is. I'm going to just show you. You don't even have to be on Pinterest, but you're allowing others that do pin to put your content into Pinterest. So, and what I mean, yes. So here, I'm going to just show you, this is my client's website, but if you hover, you'll notice this little red Pinterest save up, right? If you make this easy, you click on it and it automatically jumps that image into the Pinterest board. So you can save what you were looking at, what you're inspired on. And so all of their people will see what you've liked or what you pinned to the board. So super easy. And it's a free plugin. I highly suggest that you make your images have that pin it option. So
yes, for sure. So there you go. If you're thinking about jumping into Pinterest, we just gave you like 4 or 5 quick tips and a couple actionable items that you can do quite easily just to get started. Number 1, I'm going to tell you, go put that plugin on your website so other people can pin you, even if you don't have time to pin yourself yet.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow we have Kanita Williams is coming on.
Yes.
Life coach and with Model for the King coaching. We're very excited to do our 15-ish minute coffee chat at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So we hope you can join us.
Yes. Aloha, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.